From the beautiful campus of Casper College, it's the T-Birds Coaches Show, bringing you game breakdowns, expert analysis, and exclusive interviews. Here's your host, Tom Myler.
Hello, T-Bird fans, and welcome to, as always, a fantastic Casper College Coaches Show, because with me today is Coach Angel Sharman. Welcome back, Coach.
Thank you, sir.
We love having you. We love talking volleyball. It's so much fun.
It's almost done.
It is, which it's such a bummer. Is there any way to make it go a little bit longer? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we've got the two final regular season games this weekend, but there's playoffs.
There is playoffs possibility,
but we'll get there. We'll talk about that possibility. But first, as always, we always like to talk about the last weekend. So you split the games, 3-1, 3-0 over Gillette. So you lose to Western Wyoming at Western Wyoming, which, like you've said before, it's always tough to play there. You came out strong in the first match or set.
We did. The first set was great. We had the energy. Second one, then we just kind of fell apart. And then we had more energy in the third and the fourth. So the third and fourth could have went either way. And if we could have pushed it to the fifth one, then you never know. But, overall, I thought we did a pretty good job. We started missing some serves at crucial times. So. But again, we came back from that second set and played hard. So,
which I mean has been untypical of our team. So it's always nice to see, hey, you're able to bounce back from falling apart essentially in that second set. Like I think it was 25-16.
Yep. And
then come back and then keep it close. I think 25-22, and then another close one somewhere in that 20s range.
Yep.
So they're at least battling, which is what we like to see. It
was for sure. And again, like I said, the night before they went 5 with Gillette. So, I thought, if we could push that fourth one, and again, it was just a call here or there that I thought didn't go our way. But again, that's volleyball. And so you have to overcome it. But we were right there. And again, it would have been fun to push them to 5. But
well, and even looking kind of at some of those stats, there's a lot of errors again in that one. So it's like, we got to stop beating ourselves. Just you can't. If you're gonna win, you can't have so many errors.
Well, which is right. I mean, that's true. And we have to move the ball around a little bit. We didn't move the ball around as much as we usually do, like we did against them last time. We set Jocelyn our outside way too many balls, and I think they knew that. But that was too also a little bit of our passing. Our passing struggled at times, and so we were out of system, so we had to go to the outside. So that's one thing that they knew, that we had to go there, so they just adjusted to that.
Yeah, well, and if you've only got the one hitter, it's easy to adjust. Okay, take away her, where's the offense?
Right.
Oh, that's a tough one. Coach.
It is. It's the name of the game, though.
It is the name of the game, because, I mean, it just proves that Western Wyoming, they made the adjustments that they needed to. They made their passes and could, hit various spots. I don't know.
It's volleyball.
What do we do,
up
Coach?
And down. Volleyball's up and down.
I don't know what to do, Coach. I want you guys to win so bad. I see it that you can. Just, I don't know. That's all I can say is
I hear you. We do that every day.
Well, I guess let's talk then about the next game then. We played a little bit better. Let's talk about Gillette. We sweep them 3-0, come out great in the first set. Second set turned out to be a little close, but you ended up pulling out the close one, which was great.
Which it shouldn't have been. We had them down 17-7.
Oh.
And then again, they went on a run, called a timeout. We didn't adjust. Still was, our passing wasn't great. So then we started hitting balls out of bounds, and they just kept on pushing and pushing. But at the same time, we overcame it. We won it. But it shouldn't have been as close as it should have been. And then we gave them momentum for the third. So we had to continue to even push even more. So, volleyball it is. Volleyball is just a momentum sport. If you have it, you try to keep it, and there's times you lose it and other teams go on runs. So,
I keep saying that soccer is going to make me go bald. Maybe it's volleyball that's going to make me go bald.
Volleyball again, it's just, again, it's momentum. You have it, and then you're going to lose it, and then you'll get it again. It's just, that's why it's called a roller coaster. I see it at all levels. So, I just watched a Division I team do the same thing. They were up pretty far, and then they let the other team come in, and that's just the way volleyball is.
Well, I mean, we at least got the result that we wanted.
We did.
We 3-0, so we're 5-5 in conference, which I was surprised by this, but Central Wyoming is also 5-5 in conference. Laramie County is also 5-5 in conference.
Correct.
So we're just sitting out right now. I guess we're tied, but
Yeah.
we're also Central Wyoming's got the head-to-head over us. We've got the head over Laramie.
Correct.
So let's what scenario gets us to the playoffs, Coach?
We have to. I think we have to win against Laramie on Friday. But if they do win, but if Western Wyoming beats them, because Western Wyoming travels to Eastern, then Laramie. If Western Wyoming beats them as well, but Laramie beats us, we have to make sure that they don't beat us less than 5, because we beat them in 5. So they look at head-to-head, and if we're tied head-to-head, then they'll look at points. So if they beat us in 3 or 4, then they'll get the tiebreaker over us. So we just need to make sure that if we do, we go to 5, and it's 25-24 or 26-24, pretty high points. So
Right. Oh, that's stressful.
and then if we beat them, then we need to take care of business against Eastern. So but who knows? You never know what's going to happen.
I mean, we did get done talking about how volleyball is a roller coaster and anything can happen.
Well, anything can happen, because you look at Laramie. Laramie was sitting 3rd or 2nd, and they go in last week and they got beat twice. So Northwest beat them, and Northwest is 6th right now in the conference. So anything could happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I want us to be able to control our own destiny. So let's go and win.
That's
How
the
about
thing.
that?
We and that's what we told them yesterday. Is we need to control. Don't look at other teams to help us out. We just have to take control of what we need to do. But I have the sickness going on right now.
Not again.
Again.
No.
So I had 3 people out yesterday. So we'll.
Can you tell your players to wash their hands a little bit more, please? Because this is like all season. They've got sick players.
Well, the weather. It gets cold, then it gets nice, and snows, then it gets nice. But we have hand sanitizer in practice, so.
Oh, Coach.
But hopefully we'll take care of it, and we'll get feeling better by the weekend.
Well, and so you got to deal with sickness.
Yep.
But what do we got to do against Laramie, LCCC, in order to kind of have a successful match against them?
I think they run a certain type of defense, and so if we can really exploit that defense and we're going to work on that again this week. I think blocking their middles is a key point. Serving aggressive. I think they struggled a little bit passing wise when they came here, so we just have to take care of the service line. It's huge, and then we have to be able to pass the ball well, because again, I think. If both teams pass well, I think we both are going to use our middles quite a bit. So we'll see what happens. But I think they struggle with a quick middle, and so we're going to try to really exploit that a little bit.
Yeah, I've seen Mina stepping up a little bit in the middle
Yeah.
there. I don't know. Is it who else do you have in the
Emily.
middle? Okay, I was thinking it was Emily, because she's also. Against Gillette, she had a really good game.
She did.
And
Yeah.
so, her and Jocelyn have been kind of, I feel like, the 1-2 so far this season. But so, hey, that's great to hear that Emily's stepping up. Same with
She
Mina.
is.
But
Mina's doing a good job. And again, if she doesn't, we got Aubrey coming, and she's back because she broke her finger, and so she is back. She only had 1 practice last week, so we just wanted to, and she just got out of a cast, so I didn't want to just throw her in there. So we got her back this week, and she was practicing, so we'll have her back as well. So that would be a big help if those 2 struggle. We can put somebody else in there.
Awesome. So I'm really looking forward to this. But I'm going to take a step back here, because you mentioned practices, and it just so happens this week is Halloween. Do you do anything for Halloween, Coach?
So we are. So normally Halloween is the 31st, but since we have a game on Friday, we're doing tomorrow. We're doing our costume practice, and so the team is going to dress up in their Halloween costumes, something that they can play volleyball in.
Of course.
But just a little bit of a fun day, and just keep our minds fresh and have a good day. And so we are going to have a costume practice.
So what are some of the best costumes you've seen in years past?
Well, but some of them were tried those inflatable costumes that were really from head to toe, and that really didn't work well. But the funny part is we did make them shag balls, and to watch them run in the gym was fantastic. So, but then I had some that were prison inmates, and they were cuffed together. That was a little bit of a challenge, but they passed with each other, so that was kind of fun.
Huh. And what costumes have you done in years past?
I was a dinosaur once. I had a speaker in my little pocket and let it, roar and
Nice.
things. So, but I kind of stay away from it because I try to get the drills going. So I have to have something to.
You got to be a little bit more locked in.
Right, but we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Ooh.
So.
Be wary, ladies. Be wary. All right, so it's nice to hear that you can have fun at volleyball. It's not just work, which yes, volleyball's work, but you can also have fun. It's a fun game.
You do. I mean, you got to have a little bit of relaxation. You can't just be like stressed out. So you got to show them that you are human and you still want to have fun, and that's what it's about, though. But it's still a win, though.
Yes. So we got LCCC on Friday. We've talked about them. Basically, a must win if we want to control our own destiny going into the playoffs. Then you play Saturday, Eastern Wyoming, which they are leading the conference 10-0 in conference play. How do you beat this team?
Again, I think we just have to cut the errors down. They don't do anything fancy. They are just scrappy, and they make you make the mistake. And so again, they went 5 with Northwest. And so again, I think they are beatable. We just have to control our errors and just outwork them. And again, they don't do anything fancy. Their hits aren't that hard to where they're scary and we can't stop. So it's just their defense is just really, they just keep the ball going and you throw it back at them and they'll throw it back at you and then you make a mistake.
I mean, that is part of the volleyball, right? Where you can have just this amazing hit and swing at it, but there's someone there and they make a great save, and you're just like, well, how did that work out? That should have been a point, but here you're going to now return it to us and make us do it again, and then you're going to dig it again, and now it's just that cycle.
You just try to keep, if they hit this and they keep digging up, then you try a different shot that you're not used to, and then you make the error. So, again, that's what they just do. They just make you make the mistake.
Well, I mean, those are definitely tough teams to beat, as we can see by their record, that, hey, they figure out ways to win.
Sure.
And they do so by making other teams
absolutely
have the errors, which we need to be careful about that one.
We do.
So then here you go, Coach. So here's the question for you. Magic wand for the weekend. What do we need for the successful weekend?
I think, again, the being in system a little bit more than what we have been, because when we can use multiple people. So I'm going to say serve and pass is key for us.
So offense is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you got to have that defense. So that's the passing, right, to set up that offense.
Yep.
And it's always funny to think that we come back to defense. It's like if your defense is poor, well, you can't set up the offense because then your passes are bad or you just miss the ball. And it's amazing how volleyball, everything just kind of meshes together. And if one thing is lacking or weak, then, well, it might not be able to set up what you're strong at.
It's true.
So it's a rough game.
It is.
Oh, Coach. How are you not ball jetting?
Color the gray.
The color. Oh, yes. Well, Coach, it's always a pleasure to have you here. And, obviously we have a great time and we're cheering for you.
Thank you. It's a fun weekend, but again, it's going to be challenging, but that's what it's about.
We want more volleyball. That's all I can say.
We do too.
All right. Well, thanks T-Bird fans for joining us, and we will see you next time.